Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the October installment of Grey River Arts Open Mic Night. First off, we're going to welcome Elijah back to the stage after a few months off.
Up until about 3 p.m. today, I had no clue what I was going to play, but I knew I was going to force myself to go since it's been so long. So, it might be a little scuffed, but I'm trying. Both the songs are from a play, by the way. They're a little weirder and different. I've learned to slam on the brake before I even turn the key, before I make the mistake, before I lead with the worst of me. Give them no reason to stare, no slipping up if you slip away. So I got nothing to share, no, I got nothing to say. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned, On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window and I try to speak but nobody can hear. So I wait around for the answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? We start with stars in our eyes. We start believing that we belong. But every sun doesn't rise, and no one tells you where you went wrong. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned, On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window and I try to speak but nobody can hear. So I wait around for the answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. Waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving? When you've fallen in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you've fallen in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you've fallen in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you've fallen in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? It's like I never made a sound. Will I ever make a sound? On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. Waving through a window and I try to speak but nobody can hear. So I wait around for the answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. Waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? Thank you. It's kind of weird because the A chord and the F chord are the first chords of both songs, and those chords just don't mash very well in my head. End of May or early June, this picture perfect afternoon, we we shared. We drive the winding country road and grab a scoop at a la mode, and then we're there. An open field that's framed with trees. We pick a spot and shoot the breeze like buddies do. Quoting songs by our favorite bands, telling jokes no one understands except us two. And we talk and take in the view. All we see is sky for forever. We let the world pass by for forever. Feels like we could go on for forever this way. Two friends on a perfect day. We walk a while and talk about the things we'll do when we get out of school. We could bike the Appalachian Trail or write a book or learn to sail. Wouldn't that be cool? There's nothing that we can't discuss, like girls we wish would notice us but never do. He looks around and says to me, there's nowhere else I'd rather be, and I say, me too. And we talk and take in the view. We just talk and take in the view. All we see is sky for forever. We let the world pass by for forever. Feels like we could go on for forever this way, this way. All we see is light for forever, 'cause the sun shines bright for forever. Life will be alright for forever this way. Two friends on a perfect day. I don't remember the chord, don't tell anyone. And there he goes, racing toward the tallest tree. From far across the yellow field, I hear him calling, follow me. And there we go, wondering how the world might look from up so high. One foot after the other, one branch then to another. I climb higher and higher, I climb till the entire sun shines on my face. And I suddenly feel the branch give way. I'm on the ground, my arm goes numb. I look around and I see him come to get me. He's come to get me. And everything's okay. All we see is sky for forever. We let the world pass by for forever. Buddy, you and I, for forever this way, this way. All we see is light for forever, 'cause the sun shines bright for forever. Life will be alright for forever this way. Two friends, true friends, on a perfect day. Thank you.
Well, thank you very, very much, Elijah. It was really good having you back. Beautiful stuff. Come again, please. Okay, so speaking of people that it's really awesome to have back, I got a list full of them here. So we'll move along to the next one. You might remember not too long ago, this young lady joined us on stage with a couple songs. So let's welcome back to the stage, Aaliyah. Aaliyah can currently be seen on our YouTube channel. We have a series of videos. What is the video called? Yeah, kids trying Asian foods, that's right. So Mark found a bunch of really crazy, bizarre foods. And so it's people's reactions to these surprise, strange foods. Okay. Is that about the right height?
Yep.
Do you want to use the stand or do you want to hold it?
I'll use the stand. Okay. The first song I will be singing is What It Means to Be a Friend from 13 the Musical. Friend's not a cheap little phony creep or a jerk trying to make a deal. A friend is a person who most of all cares about what you feel. And nothing is harder than learning a friend isn't real. Friend sends notes back and forth all day and doesn't care that you can't spell. A friend knows you got a crush on your teacher, but a friend would never tell. A friend's outside waiting the minute you both hear the bell. And if your heart is always breaking, 'cause the world is just not there. When you're at your worst, your friend's the first one there, giving you something to lean on. And that's what it means to be a friend. A friend won't smoke when she's in your room or laugh at the poems you write. A friend won't go start kissing your brother the minute you're out of sight. A friend is a person who calls 16 times every night. And if your heart is always breaking and you want to run and hide, when your hope is gone, your friend is on your side. Is someone who's in round the corner and you want to show him you care, so you give him all your last month of vacation and all of the time you can spare. And then on the first day of classes, he'll act like you're not even there. And he doesn't know, he'll never know, he'll never know what it means to be a friend. The next song is one of my favorite songs. It's from my favorite movie, Moana. It's called How Far I'll Go. It shows girl power. I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. I'll be satisfied if I play along, but the voice inside sings a different song. What is wrong with me? Light in the sky and the sea, it calls me. No one knows how far it goes. If the wind and my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. No telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island, so maybe I can roll with mine. That's strong, I'll be satisfied if I play along, with the voice inside sings a different song. What is wrong with me? See the light meets the sky and the sea, it calls me. One day I'll know how deep it goes. And the wind and the sound of the sea stays behind me. One day I'll know how far it goes. One day I'll know how far it goes. In the wind on the sail on the sea stays right behind me. One day I'll know how far it goes. This next song is a really good song, and my grandma really likes it. It's God Bless the USA. No. Why do two strings never win a race? Because they always tie. Got it? Okay. If tomorrow all the things were gone and I worked for all my life and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky star to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died and gave that right to me. And I'm gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. To the hills of Tennessee, not yet. From the hills of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, to New York down to Houston, to New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart. It's time we stand and say, won't forget the man who died and gave that right to me. And I'm glad we stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died and gave that right to me. And I'm glad we stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Well, how was that, huh? Yeah, let's hear it for Aaliyah. That was amazing. 3 beautiful songs. Look forward to those on YouTube. Gosh, just lighten up our YouTube channel now. Setting a high bar for everyone else here. Okay, 2 killer acts to start us off. Here's a man that needs no introduction. We've got Herbie Daegil back on stage.
Hi, I'm Herbie Daegil. I'm glad that y'all could make it. Imagine how much fun we'd be having if you didn't show up. She got everything she needs. She's an artist and she don't look back. She got everything she needs. She's an artist and she don't look back. She can take the dark out of the nighttime and paint the daytime black. You start out standing, proud to steal her anything she sees. You just start out standing, proud to steal her anything she sees. You wind up peeking through her keyhole, down upon your knees. She never stumbles, she got no place to fall. No, she never stumbled, Lord. She got no place to fall. No, she's nobody's child. The law can't touch her at all. She got an Egyptian ring. It sparkles before she speaks. She got an Egyptian ring. It sparkles before she speaks. Well, she's a hypnotist collector. You are a walking antique. Sunday. Salute her when her birthday comes. Yeah, bow down to her on Sunday and salute her when her birthday comes. For Halloween, get her a trumpet. For Christmas, buy her a drum. Thank you. Come a little bit closer. Hear what I have to say. Just like children sleeping, we could dream this night away. But there's a full moon rising. Let's go dancing in the night. We know where the music's playing. Let's go out and feel alive. Because I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon. When we were strangers, I watched you from afar. When we were lovers, I touched you with all my heart. I wanna celebrate, see it shining in your eyes. But now it's getting late, and the moon is climbing high. Because I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. 'Cause I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon. 'cause I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again, 'cause I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon, harvest moon. Thank you. I was going to tell you a joke, but I don't think I'd better. But I did learn one thing, and this is kind of, we can all relate to, is that it said on the Science Channel, so I can repeat it. And it was talking about when humans have to relieve gases, they expel farts. And some people don't like to do that in front of others, so they tuck it up and they hold it in and they hold it in. Well, what happens when you do that is your body absorbs the gas and it comes out your mouth. And I had to share that with you at least. Did you know that? Now you do. Okay, I'll tell you. One time I went to Starbucks, and I walked in there and the music was really loud, and I ordered some latte, and I thought, well, look at all the people. I'm going to sit down in the middle of this crowd, since we're talking about this already, you know. And I'm sitting there enjoying my latte in the middle of the crowd, and hey, I know that song. I think I'll sing along with the band. So I'm singing along, and I'm singing along. And then I had to fart. So I thought, well, I'll time it with the bass player and nobody will know. So I did on one side, and then another one came and I did it on the other side. People started looking at me really weird, like you're looking at me. I realized I had my earbuds in. Or something. I haven't played this harmonic in a long time. From Hank to Hendrix, I walk these streets with you. Here I am with this old guitar, doing what I do. I always expected that you would see me through. I never believed in much, but I believed in you. Can we still stand side by side? Can we make it last like a musical ride? From Maryland to Madonna, I always loved your smile. Now we're headed for the big divorce, California style. I find myself singing like a long lost friend. The same thing that makes you live will kill you in the end. Can we get it together? Can we still stand side by side? Can we make it last like a musical ride? Sometimes it's distorted, not clear to see. Sometimes the beauty of love, it seems like all you can be. I can't make two glass in the window, a new leaf on the tree, new distance between us, you and me. Get it together, can we still stand side by side? Can we make it last like a musical ride? Thank you. You're welcome.
Moving right along, that was Herbie Daegil, of course, everybody. Two instruments at one time. Something I can't do. I tried to step on the tambourine and play guitar once. I couldn't even do it. I failed miserably, so that's quite admirable. Up next, we're going to welcome Pamela Walters up to the stage.
So some of you know who I am, and for those that don't, I've started writing poetry kind of semi-seriously. So I'm going to share 5 of them tonight. The first one's called The Ninth Month in Minnesota. There were some beautiful days in September, now that feel long forgotten. Poetry can preserve those memories we cherish and remind us of pure loveliness. So it was written September 6th, when the weather was absolutely glorious. The 9th month in Minnesota. Dawn dawdles lazily to usher in the day, rising later and later in increments to renew each morning. Lavish wet dew coats all things, dripping down green spears of grass in cool crystal cascades. Spirits of steamy fog disperse, overcome by sun's penetrating light, shedding and casting white shrouds. A crisp chill permeates the stillness, not yet sufficiently powerful to freeze the field pond in the distance. A gentle wind reports for mid-morning duty, summoning an awakening breeze to pull warmth from the southwest. Ripe acorns drop and bounce, striking tin roofs like shattering bullets, piercing the air, startling the stillness. Leaves of perennial wildflowers transform to gold. Ash trees display mutual camaraderie as fellow revelers in the fashion parade. Commuters squint into filmy windshields. Children scamper over lawns after school, anticipating the joyful sport of leaf tossing. The sun disk descends below the horizon. Trees and hills snuff out its candle. Night emerges, unannounced and early. A skunk shuffles through tall grass and dewy hayfield. Deer lope across the pastures, ambling without apprehension. Chickens and other early birds turn in for the night. Television sets illuminate living rooms while prime time airs. Lamps brighten newspapers, aid the completion of homework. Cooking smells compete with air fresheners. Dishes clank in the sink. Emergent stars stud a midnight blue sky, keeping steady watch over the all-too-brief season. Cloudless nights give occasion for astronomical delights. Autumn's perfection, marked by fleeting loveliness, pulls your heart apart, stirs an undefinable yearning to grasp and hold what is too temporary to be detained, adorning the stuff of daily life in sacred robes. The second one, regrets. Relationships with people can be complex. It's possible to be in a loving relationship that somehow misses the mark of what you hoped it could have evolved into. This was actually written after my sister passed away. It's too late now, and it's hard to say that had there been any more time, things would have been different. Yet I wish your view of me had grown up like I had, something you didn't seem to realize. I wish you have let me share without interjections and interruptions, without your mastery of the conversation, brilliant and intense though it was, so that you might have known my inner self and how I had evolved and grown. Your monologue was like a thick jungle, hard to break through without wielding a machete of rudeness and insensitivity. I found necessary to employ to hack through the overgrowth of your words in order to emerge into the open on the other side. It's too late now for a change, but I wish you had possessed a more encouraging spirit, been drawn to acquaint yourself with my creativity and involvements. Instead, you bypassed this information, devoid of the curiosity I would have reciprocated towards you had our roles been reversed. And when I finally discovered we held common ground, I wish I didn't have to push through the crowd of words to hold a mutual interchange of ideas. At least I managed to interject something, surprised to know you were thinking and feeling the same. But it's too late to enjoy any more conversations. And because you are who you are to me, I can't hold any of it against you. The life you need to be a poet. For most women of the 1800s who were not born into households of prosperity, incidents of excitement and novelty were few and far between. I have to admire my sisters of years gone by, who despite their bleak lives, found the means to express sublime thoughts and contrive imaginative tales. An exciting life is not required to be a poet. Emily Dickinson and the Bronte sisters could testify to that. Women living a spinster life at the family home, devoid of wealth, without renown, bland in appearance, habituated to their routine existence, unencumbered by an unwelcome flood of suitors. Hemingway exemplified the notion of excitement, traipsed over jungles and foreign lands, hunted and slaughtered dangerous beasts, wooed women with lust and gusto, drank himself into a puddle of degradation under his desk, putting a violent end to himself when he couldn't endure such stimulation. In contrast, our ladies of the 19th century wore the color of black day in and day out, avoided dance halls and taverns of their era, preferred to shed tears of seclusion rather than outbursts of laughter in houses of folly, embroidered fine detail as embellishment, strained their eyes and weakened fingers, washed and scrubbed hands raw, mended and darned worn-out clothes, attended to daily tasks, spent their existence in privacy, harboring secret passion as there was little opportunity to expend it otherwise. Dreams and aspirations were infused into writing, self-concepts forwarded in script, maturing into heroic, stalwart, determined persons committed to preserving the inner sanctuary from the enticement of corrupting forces. They recognized duty's call, but shrugged off slavery's chains, recoiled at the facade of empty love, scorned societal expectations, refused to squeeze himself into a mold never designed to accommodate who they were. Society could not comprehend them, nor could they tolerate required conformity. Thus they made a conscious choice to be free in heart, if not free in circumstance. Closets of black still exist behind closed doors. Dreams and images seep with secret imaginings. Identity and integrity is to be preserved at all cost. Solitary beings make their own choices, preferring the absence of love to that which is false and misleading. Duty and necessity assert their claims, yet free will cannot be mastered by force. Perspective is penned on paper. Wounds are assuaged by words, releasing scripted hints of the explosion of vitality that lies within. Beethoven at 10. Beethoven, who lost his hearing before the age of 30, was a reported eccentric. I especially am fond of playing his music before bedtime. It is said that Beethoven was awake at 10 o'clock at night, pouring anguish over his piano like molten lava incinerating a landscape. It is said he scrolled notes over walls and shutters, trashed his apartments, abused his pianos with heavy-handed playing in a frustrated orgy of inspiration. Reared as a product of genius, whipped by parental abuse, confined to his room with a piano as sole comforter, he lived his young life bereft of adolescent companions, yearned to find kindness where it might be offered, panted to find the greatness imprisoned within, secure in his knowledge of self and his latent talent, despite encroaching deafness and isolation. Short his life, long the inheritance left behind. Enough material to contemplate and interpret, intersecting his mind with ours. An ocean foaming with fathoms of passion, summoning us to intimate communion, drowning us with wakefulness at 10 o'clock at night. The joys of Jello. Red and green and orange Jello, cherry, lemon, limey Jello, watermelon, apricot. How many flavors have you got? Potluck staple years gone by, just like Grandma's apple pie. Throw into the mix some fruit, add hot water, stir to boot. Set a spell, let chill a while, nice and easy, makes cooks smile. Calorie low and high on taste, Jello never goes to waste. When you want your guests to mellow, serve whipped cream on top of Jello.
All right, let's hear another hand for Pamela Walters. That was a little bit of levity there at the end that I didn't expect. That was nice. Yeah, that was awesome and very true. I'm rediscovering the wonders of Jello with this one here. Yeah, if nothing else, just like a little bit of silence for just a little bit, but right? Can you say check one? Check, check. Well, it's just getting it down. It's just making the noise part. And on that note, I'm going to welcome to the stage, or to the hot seat, as it may be, a man that you all know and love, Mr. Jonathan Wickman.
You could have and should have. Oh, okay. Thanks, everybody. Hello. Thanks again for this. I just want to say how amazing this open mic is. It's pretty awesome. Why don't we give a hand for the open mic while I felt like bringing some show and tell, so show and tell part one is this letterpress thing that I got after I had an internship at Coffee House Press, which is a really cool poetry press if you ever get a chance to look at the spine of a book or go on their website. Please don't be afraid to pass it around and look at it. It's awesome. Okay, I have, as usual, poems I wrote and poems I didn't. This is a poem I wrote. Okay. Heat. Slow thinking, stumble out, walk the dog. It's hot. Sun burns on your skin. You itch to be indoors. You curse the little canine, but still you watch out to see if his dang little feet jump and singe on hot concrete. Sidewalks can shimmer, air can wave, eggs can cook in the open on car hoods. These are a few lessons of heat. At least I've seen it all happen on screen. Maybe not that last one. YouTube it. Egg, car, hood, hot, cook. So hot it cooks on the windshield? No, the hood. Video, example, for real. Is it real? Show me the stunt. Someone's done it. This is America. Hope you don't pass out in the heat before you press enter or click. It's summer, you're hot, your thoughts get a little spacey, almost as little as the little dog's feet on the concrete. Can thoughts get burned? And YouTube it, thoughts. So hot, sizzling on car seat, dramatic presentation. You saw it here first, and afterthought. How do you measure their size? Can thoughts expand with heat like the Hindenburg? Or beautiful Albuquerque festival hot air balloons? Rainbow carnival colors. Best not get full of it. You'll be accused of getting a big head soon, and it will be. It'll stretch and stretch with all the superheated imaginings. Bright red from your blood pressure. Well, once you plasticize your skull, at least that's still solid. No give or take there. It's a good skull. Heavy and thick. Full of grown bone and utterly stretch resistant, thank God. Otherwise you'd float away. So stay cool. Good head, soft thoughts. Stay serene, streamlined, aerodynamic. Safety precaution, hot coffee can burn you. Iced tea relieves. The dog, when walking, can cool his feet in the grass, and so can you. Melt a little, ooze around, absorb all the Fahrenheit you can. Thank you. Okay, let's see. It's in here somewhere. Oh, I know what I'm supposed to do now. Okay, so yes, I am helping organize Small But Noteworthy, and one of the exciting things about that weekend, which is again October 27th, it's a Saturday, that's the weekend, is that my dearest friend in the whole world, Erin Almanza, who lives in San Francisco and goes by the artist name of Darko. He's a very interesting and unique fellow, is planning to fly here, but we also have his art for the crawl, and I'm going to pass that around real quick. It's part of his artwork. It's a tiny fairy door. Oh, it's also a piece of his heart, but don't worry, it's a big heart, so be a little careful with it, but don't worry. And yeah, look for those doors anywhere on the crawl map. I'm excited it's going to happen. Let's see. So. Okay, so it is now October, and next month it'll be in November. And I hear there's no open mic, unfortunately, in November because of the theater preparations. But I don't know, over the past year, I always think, like, when is a good time to read a particular poem? And now we're at the time of the year that is my favorite, and I can read all the poems I want to read. Okay. This is by David White, and it's called Sweet Darkness. When your eyes are tired, the world is tired also. When your vision has gone, no part of the world can find you. Time to go into the dark, where the night has eyes to recognize its own. There you can be sure you are not beyond love. The dark will be your womb tonight. The night will give you a horizon further than you can see. You must learn one thing. The world was made to be free in. Give up all the other worlds except the one to which you belong. Sometimes it takes darkness and the sweet confinement of your aloneness to learn anything or anyone that does not bring you alive is too small for you. Thanks. Okay, and I have another one, but it's on a similar theme, and I'm just going to feel too intense if I read it. So, ghost jokes. What do ghosts ride at amusement parks? Roller ghosters. What time is it when a ghost haunts your house? Time to move to a new house. What's a ghost's favorite bird? A scarecrow. What do witches put on their hair? Scare spray. What do ghosts eat for dessert? Good guess. Not Jello. Donut hole. Another good guess. Ice cream and blueberry. What is as sharp as a vampire's fang? His other fang. Why was there no food left after the monster's party? Because everybody was a goblin. Maybe that's it. That might be a good way to end it. One more joke. Oh God, which is the most horrible one? Okay, I bet you guys can get this one. How much does a truck full of bones weigh? A truck full of bones. Yeah. Do 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 do. Truck full of bones. Do 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 do. Do close. Do 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 do. Yeah, that's really close. I bet you can. Come on. I bet you can get it. Anyone? This is going to be painful for the YouTube audience. Okay, it's a skeleton. Thank you, Jonathan, when he was in like second grade. Yay. A skeleton walks into a bar. He says, "Give me a beer and a mop." That was Herbie Daegil, everybody. Yeah. Okay, woo. And this is by my friend Stephen Browning, who is running for office. Stephen Browning, a pun at the park. A peculiar place, the zoo, to find romance. Yet a single glance, and we knew. As queer as it seems, that's where I found the gorilla my dreams. There you go. Okay, here's a fairy that's not in a bottle, but it's small but noteworthy. There will be fairies in bottles. And if you know any poets, tell them to come October 27th, either here or Starry-Eyed Brewery, maybe, and come to the Poetry Open Mic. Okay, I don't know if I even have another poem, but I feel like I must. Oh my gosh, I didn't bring it. No. Okay, this is by Ellen Bass, and it's called Relax. Relax. Bad things are going to happen. Your tomatoes will grow a fungus, and your cat will get run over. Someone will leave the bag with the ice cream melting in the car and throw your blue cashmere sweater in the dryer. Your husband will sleep with a girl your daughter's age, her breasts spilling out of her blouse. Or your wife will remember she's a lesbian and leave you for the woman next door. The other cat, the one you never really liked, will contract a disease that requires you to pry open its feverish mouth every 4 hours. Your parents will die, no matter how many vitamins you take, how much Pilates. You'll lose your keys, your hair, and your memory. If your daughter doesn't plug her heart into every live socket she passes, you'll come home to find your son has emptied the refrigerator, dragged it to the curb, and called the used appliance store for a pickup. Drug money. There's a Buddhist story of a woman chased by a tiger. When she comes to a cliff, she sees a sturdy vine and climbs halfway down. But there's also a tiger below, and two mice, one white, one black, scurry out and begin to gnaw at the vine. At this point, she notices a wild strawberry growing from a crevice. She looks down, up, at the mice. Then she eats the strawberry. So here's the view, the breeze, the pulse in your throat. Your wallet will be stolen. You'll get fat, slip on the bathroom tiles of a foreign hotel and crack your hip. You'll be lonely. Oh, taste, how sweet and tart the red juice is. How the tiny seeds crunch between your teeth. Thank you.
Last person in line here needs no introduction, but I'm going to do it anyways. We've got the man with the longest American lineage in the room, I'm guessing, if Facebook is any indication. Man, I see, family tombstones from like, what, the 1600s or something? My goodness. That's really awesome. I'm always super intrigued about that. So I'd love it if you just spend the whole time telling stories, but it looks like you got a guitar in your hand. So please welcome to the stage Michael Burr.
Good evening. Thanks everybody for sticking around. So I'm going to lower this a bit. So I have a dedication for my set tonight. I'm dedicating these songs to, well, two creatures. One, a certain cow who doesn't have a name, I don't think, but she was one of the 20 cows or something owned by Clint Cathrine that were grazing in the field around our house. And yesterday, my wife Jennifer, who's sitting back over there, called me and said, there's a cow out in the field and her feet are sticking up in the air. And I said, oh no. And she said, should I call Clint? I said, yes, call Clint. Nothing I can do about it. 1,000-pound cow. But she was a lovely cow. They were all lovely cows. And she reached the end of her trail yesterday, at some point. And the other creature I'm dedicating this to, and maybe this sounds crass, is my father-in-law, who passed away at the end of July. And you could call him sort of a cowboy. He died doing what he loved, which was making hay for the cows. So he was a great guy. I miss him a lot. I wasn't going to get emotional. But I do miss him a lot. So this is for him. And the cow. I'm going to do a few songs, all cowboy songs. Old cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way. And all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw, running through the ragged sky and up the cloudy draw. Horns still on fire and their horns made of steel. Arms black and shiny, and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky, for he saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cry. Yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yay. Ghost riders in the sky. Their faces gaunt, their eyes are blurred, their shirts all soaked with sweat. They're riding hard to catch that herd, but they ain't caught 'em yet. For they gotta ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire. As they ride on, hear their cry. Yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yay. Ghost riders in the sky. Yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yay. Ghost riders in the sky. The riders loped on by him, and he heard one call his name. If you want to save your soul from hell riding on our range, then cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you'll ride, trying to catch the devil's herd across these endless skies. Yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yay. Ghost riders in the sky. Yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yay. Ghost riders in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky. Thank you. Cowboy songs, I don't know why. Well, I guess I do know why, actually. When I was growing up, my dad listened to a lot of cowboy music. And back then, it was okay, but I didn't love it. And when I hit about 35, 40, suddenly that stuff started to really speak to me. And, I played guitar for a long time, ever since I was a kid. But I could never sing and play at the same time. It's tricky, it's two parts of your brain you gotta get in sync. So when I first started trying to do that, the first song I started to do that with was a cowboy song, because most of them are real simple. And I'm gonna play the one that I learned first. And I love it too, it's a great song. As I was walking one morning for pleasure, I saw a cowpuncher come riding along. His hat was throwed back and his spurs was a-jangling, and as he rode by he was singing this song. Whoop-a-tie-I-O, get along little doggies, it's your misfortune and none of my own. Whoop-a-tie-I-O, get along little doggies, you know that Wyoming will be your new home. Early in springtime, we round up the doggies, we catch 'em and brand 'em and bob off their tails. Round up the horses, load up a chuck wagon, and get them old doggies right down the long trail. Whoop-a-tie-I-O, get along little doggies, it's your misfortune and none of my own. Whoop-a-tie-I-O, get along little doggies, you know that Wyoming will be your new home. Whooping and yelling, we round up the doggies from sunrise till sunset and all the night long. So come on, you young'uns, get over the prairie and just keep right on singing this beautiful song. Whoop-a-tie-I-O, get along, little doggies. It's your misfortune and none of my own. Whoop-a-tie-I-O, get along, little doggies. You know that Wyoming will be your new home. Thank you. So what I was saying about cowboy songs being simple, most of them are. But one I just learned recently ain't simple. A lot more complex in the way it's constructed and more interesting chords. And that's probably because it was not written by a cowboy, not any of the usual suspects whatsoever. It was written by Mr. Cole Porter. Wildcat Kelly was looking mighty pale, standing by the sheriff's side. And when the sheriff said, "I'm taking you to jail," Wildcat raised his head and cried, "Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. I want to ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. I want to be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in. Just turn me loose. Let me saddle my old straddle away the western skies. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till the purple mountains rise. I want to ride through the ridge where the west commences. Raise at the saddle, then lose my senses. Can't stand, look at hobbles, and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in. Wildcat Kelly was back again in town, sitting by his sweetheart's side. And when his sweetheart said, "Come on, let's settle down," Wildcat raised his head and cried, "Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. But don't fence me in. I want to ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. I want to be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in. Just turn me loose. Let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western skies. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till the purple mountains rise. I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences. Gaze at the moon until I lose my senses. Can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in. I can't look at hovels and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in. Thank you.
Mr. Michael Burr, everybody, that was brilliant. Thank you so much. Good to see you again. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you, all of our musicians. I hope to see you all again. Thank you to everybody that just came and checked it out. Appreciate your support. Patricia got something to say? I didn't think so. Thanks a lot. Check the schedule. Tons and tons and tons of stuff to come coming up this month. So don't be a stranger. Check some of it out. Hope to see you guys again.